Good morning and afternoon, everyone. My name is Ahmad Faizal Kamali. I would like to present my RPP oral lesson plan entitled Teaching English Prose Through the Last Train Home an AI-Assisted EFL Lesson. My lesson plan is designed for EFL learners. It demonstrates how AI and literature can be integrated to support the learning and teaching experiences. To create engaging, interactive, and meaningful experiences of learning and teaching. I will explain why I chose the short story, the learning outcomes, the teaching models, the integration of AI throughout the lesson, the AI-assisted media, the assessment strategy, ethical consideration, and the reflection of lesson design. I selected this short story, The Last Train Home, because it contains many literary elements. The story presents universal themes such as hope, life choices, separation, and personal growth. My point is not only to teach them English, but also I want them to reflect on their real life experiences and develop empathy. I think this story is clear narrative and relatable for them. This lesson has three categories of learning outcomes. The first related to knowledge, students are expected to analyze intrinsic elements of the story, including characterization, studying plot, conflict, theme, and moral values. Second, recording skills. I want students to learn to adapt English prose into engaging EFL classroom activities. They collaborate with their peers and create AI-assisted learning media. Finally, this lesson promotes positive attitudes, including creativity, collaboration, ethical AI use, digital literacy, and respect for different literary interpretations. To achieve the learning outcomes, I combine four instructional approaches. The first is the genre-based approach, or GBA. Students first explore the characteristics and structure of narrative prose before analyzing its literary elements and language features. This will help them understand both the form and meaning of the story. The second approach is inquiry-based learning. Rather than simply receiving information from the teacher, students investigate the text by asking questions, collecting evidence, discussing different interpretations, and drawing conclusions. This approach can develop higher order thinking skills. The third approach is collaborative learning. Students work together in groups to analyze the story, exchange ideas, solve problems, and produce learning products. Collaboration enhances communication and teamwork. Finally, I integrated AI-assisted learning. In this lesson, AI functions as a learning assistant rather than replacing the teacher or students. The AI supports the learning, while the students remain responsible for making informed and critical decisions. During the pre-teaching stage, students begin by observing an AI-generated image of a deserted railway station, which was created by Canva AI. So this visual stimulus activates their background knowledge and encourages them to predict the story. The next, students participate in a Mentimeter word cloud activity where they share emotions or ideas related to the title The Last Train Home. Before starting the lesson, I also introduced ethical AI guidelines so students understand that AI is supporting tool rather than substitute for independent thinking. During the while teaching stage, students first read the short story individually while identifying unfamiliar vocabulary, important quotation, and literary elements. Afterward, they work collaboratively to analyze characterization, setting, conflict, plot, theme, and moral values using evidence from the text. One of the key activities is the AI verification challenge. Each group asks ChatGPT to analyze the story, but students do not simply copy the AI's response. Instead, they compare it with their own analysis, identify accurate interpretations, unsupported claims, missing evidence, and possible AI hallucinations. This activity strengthens critical thinking and digital literacy. Students then adapt the story into an EFL classroom activity, such as vocabulary games, speaking tasks, role plays, reading comprehension exercise, or creative writing activities. Finally, students create one AI-assisted learning medium using tools such as Canva AI, CapCut AI, 11 Labs, or Gamma AI. During the post-teaching stage, students present their learning media through a gallery walk activity. Their classmates provide constructive feedback using Padlet. At the end, students complete an online reflection by answering questions about what they learned, how AI supported the learning, the limitation they observed, and how AI can be used responsibly in literature classrooms. One of the major outcomes of this lesson is the creation of AI-assisted learning media. Students may design an interactive infograph using Canva AI, produce a digital storytelling video using CapCut AI, generate an audio narration using 11 Labs, or create an interactive presentation using Gamma AI. These products allow students to demonstrate both literary understanding and digital competence, while creating instructional materials that could be used in real classrooms. Assessment combines both process and product evaluation. Students are assessed through five components: literary analysis, lesson adaptation, AI-assisted learning media, co-presentation, and reflective learning. This balanced assessment measures students' critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication skills, and their ability to integrate AI responsibly throughout the learning process. An important aspect of this lesson is ethical AI use. Students are expected to acknowledge when AI has been used, verify AI generated information using textual evidence, avoid plagiarism, and demonstrate original thinking. Therefore, AI functions as a learning assistant rather than replacing students' analytical abilities or the teacher's instructional role. In conclusion, this lesson integrates literature, pedagogy, and artificial intelligence in a balanced and meaningful way. Through collaborative literary analysis, inquiry-based activities, and AI-assisted media creation, I cross my fingers students become more actively engaged in learning. They strengthen their critical thinking, deepen their understanding of English prose, enhance their creativity, and develop essential digital literacy skills. Most importantly, this lesson demonstrates that AI should not replace teachers or students. Instead, when integrated ethically and pedagogically, AI serves as a valuable tool that enriches classroom learning by supporting creativity, collaboration, and deeper literary understanding. Thank you very much for your attention.